Well, we've arrived at Falls Creek and the temperature's got decidedly cooler and we're fogged in, so hopefully this clears for the ride tomorrow, but the forecast isn't that good. Looking good, mate.
It's looking great.
Here we are at check-in.
Take a copy of this and see the gentleman over there.
Just lining up now to get the bikes checked.
It's on the road.
Packing up the bags for the halfway food points. What do you got, mate?
All the goodies we need, alright?
It's just crap.
Whatever it takes to get us through, I think.
Yeah. Nice. Just cleared a little bit. It's warmed up a little bit, so that's a good news. It's the village at Falls Creek.
Welcome to all the folks who are visiting us here in Victoria. We've also got some internationals with us as well from around the world. Singapore, Canada, New Zealand. So a few people have travelled from overseas to come and see this unique part of not just Australia, but
That's a good
These boys get the good. Hey boys.
You're incorrigible, mate. Hey. Credential asset management. There we go.
Paul, the cameras are on the left-hand side as you're going down to all.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for that.
Hey, Gareth, I've got a feeling Paul already knows.
Oh, it's lovely out here. It's probably about 15, I reckon. What do you reckon, Gareth?
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. It's very foggy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Here are the boys. Here comes Byron.
Yep, ready.
Ready?
Ready as I'll be.
It's the air of excitement inside. Wait till I get out here.
About this, mate. It looks ugly out there.
Thanks. Quick one.
Oh! He's still videoing.
Mate. Oh, he's looking excited.
Oh, that's mine. Morning, Paul.
Morning.
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Filming again.
All these guys aren't used to it. Morning. They're all looking excited.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Good morning, Paul. How are you?
Morning, Mel.
Beautiful day in paradise. Can't wait to get out there.
I can see that. What do you think, Nick? Looks good?
Yeah, get a shot of the lights down in the fog.
Yeah. Here's the boys getting ready.
No need to saying it's going to be a big ride, but what we'll do is, starting off, we'll try, ride in the one group if we can, going descending. It will split up very quickly because we will get other riders cutting in. Just give consideration to some erratic riders. One of the key points I do want to say today is that we are riding under Tour de Cure. We're well branded with Tour de Cure. Keep that in mind. So we've just got to protect the brand as best we can and not cause offence to other people. When we're riding, if we are overtaking each other, overtake on the right, no overtaking on the left at all. In the bunch, handlebar to handlebar is paramount, and keeping the wheel distant from the wheel in front of you, at least a metre if it's dry. If it is wet, expand that to about 3 metres and make sure that that's happening. Especially on the hills, it's very tempting and the natural inclination to suck in on the wheel in front of you. Don't do it. If they rise in their pedals, they're going to slow down immediately and you will hit them and you will come down. And it's just too easy for that to happen. So remember, on the hills, keep the distance. Remind your mate that you're riding with to keep the distance and pull back a bit, keep them parallel. The key for today's ride will be in the brakes to try and keep them as short as possible. last year we had too long a lunch break, and it's particularly cold, but if we can keep the lunch break at dinner playing for about half an hour, it'll make a huge difference on the day. And if we can keep the other breaks short, do so. Try and work the toilet stops at those breaks, because it does slow down the day. If we've got out of 30 riders, 30 different times that people are having toilet breaks. They're pretty well the main things. I think if we can form a buddy, at least, because what will happen after we descend, we'll naturally go into smaller bunches. We won't be able to keep us all together. What those sites are, whether they're 10, 8 or some are 6, be aware who's around you. And in that bunch, the back riders, the second back riders, if the back riders are drifting off, have a chat and bring them back. And if it looks like they're not going to be able to hang on, then they may go back to the next bunch. But if somebody's particularly struggling, make sure they're okay. There are SAG wagons on this ride. There is ambulance support. It's well supported. So if the rider has hit the wall for whatever reasons, they can get the support through the Bicycle Victoria organisers. Just one other thing on clothing. This is a ride where it's hard to judge layers, how much, how little. It will get hot down the bottom, no doubt, during the ride. Taking off your gear, don't do it in the bunch. It's too easy for a jacket sleeve to get caught in the brake calipers, and it will bring you down and probably people behind you as well. So it's a lot easier to pull up on the side, quickly rip it off and put it in your pocket safely. Make sure it's
Going down here, the first descent, when you see Sign Junction Spur, the corner after that there's some really nasty braking bumps.
Yeah.
So just be wary.
Yeah, exactly.
To the outside, to the right, like the outside of the corner where the cars have been braking.
Yeah, right.
And if it's wet, it'll be slippery. So.
Very good point. And it is tempting on this descent. It's long. It is tempting to crank it up a bit. There'll be other riders pumped up as well. Just ride within your limits quite seriously, because at the wet corners there's no point. This is the steepest downhill section. The Hotham one's very straight and undulating. It's a lovely one to sort of let it rip more. But just be wary of the corners because they are pretty steep. No comments? Okay, let's get a photo shoot.
It's a bit foggy.
That'll be Paul Beretta.
Attached to roadworks, they're on a 2-minute cycle. Make sure you stop at those lights, and it gives you a chance to have a drink, a bit of a scratch, look around, contemplate life. Don't litter. The weather, as I said, there is a bit of rain in Myrtleford, so expect a bit of variable weather today. If something happens and you need an ambulance, call 000. That's your first protocol if you need an ambulance or someone else does. Then call the emergency number. If it's a less important emergency, then call the emergency number direct. Key thing is just ride safe. Be careful, look after each other, and look after yourself. We want you all back in one piece. We had a great ride last year, despite the weather conditions. Down a single so we'd like to repeat that this year as well, please. So as you come through the start, you'll notice that as you come towards the front, close to the back, it does narrow. That's 2 or 3 you're going through at a time. Just to easily slide people down the hill rather than a 10 wide group of cyclists heading over that. Guys, be quiet through the queue. Make sure you got your lights going.
It's alright.
Got to the Santo there, checking to make sure you've got front and rear lights going. Lights aren't going, you can drag you out of it.
It's only 45
Make sure your lights are on. As I said, be careful. Very, very careful.
I love riding in the rain and the fog and the mist.
Get on camera,
Guys, getting through the gate.
I am the Paul Egan of 2011.
I'd like to thank our other sponsors as well. Don't forget Scody, Falls Creek, Ride, Darwin, TFM. Look for TFM on the road.
Tour de Cure.
Tour de Cure. Good on you boys, well done. Tour de Cure.
What a beautiful day it is today.
Isn't it just lovely?
It's a stroll on the park.
First while is downhill, so we're just